Hello, hello, boys and girls and all the ships at sea. Anybody home? Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Hey. I believe I can be heard. Now let's see if I can be seen. Did I make it? Interesting. Hello everybody, I'm thoughtstorms, also known as Keith. I have no idea why I said it that way. Hi. So it's later at night, there's not poisonous radioactive sunlight bounding into the room. I think I am spiking the mic every time I say anything. I turned the fan down to the lowest setting. It's not as deadly hot as it was. Why are you doing this? Hi, I have to set this up so I can see chat and such. Oops. Uh-oh, did I stop streaming? Nope. Hey, and by the way, if you were excessively early, you might have seen my surgically enhanced cleavage. That's what I call my scar from my open heart surgery, is my surgically enhanced cleavage. Okay, well, my phone keeps making me unhappy. I'm watching, started 3 minutes ago. It's live. I don't really have to see just need to see the chat. God. All right, that went up. Sounds like somebody just Facebook messaged me. Hi, I'm Keith. Hi, Cynthia. You're not watching the stream. You're sending me your Wordle score. I can't talk to it. I just went live. Okay. Well, it would seem that I am streaming. I don't have anything showing me Twitch. Come on. Oh, Lord. Full screen projector preview. Yes, over there. Good. Now, you know that might. Oh no. Oh. I put some infrastructure in here. How hard it'd be to move that. It's not worth it. I've rigged up a broom handle on a what do you call you don't know what I call 'em. God, I always have to that word, tripod. Day of the tripods. Okay, so there's a lot happening tonight. This is a night thing. You can. My lighting's a lot better this time of night. I mean, I don't. It's still not great. I am in a light forsaken modern American apartment, and it really does not please me. So I'm trying to set up another device to see some of that crazy Twitch on. So if you will give me a moment or 12. This tablet has been such a disappointment, and now the battery won't stay alive 3 seconds. Tune time, okay. Yeah, it'll stay alive about 3 seconds when it's not plugged in. Had it all this time, and I might actually have a use for it, and no. Nope. So I have been doing Infinity's work. Some work for Infinity anyway. Oh God. Alright, that's pointless. Can't log in. At least not within, I don't know, 30 minutes. Have to triple authenticate and all that rot. I'm sniffing. Yeah, so I got some help from my friend Philip. Stream, that's not his kind of thing. Goodness. Oh! Well, there's no point in having that. No point in having that at all. So, I also won't know who I could possibly raid at the end of the stream. I've got the hiccups, so I'm gonna... Pepto! For when your medicine makes you sick. It used to be good medicine too. It decreased my appetite and I lost weight, and what else? Oh yeah, my A1C went down and my blood sugar. Not anymore, but I still have the side effects. Yay. I know, but it still has the membrane on it and just a little tiny vampire puncture mark. So I can take just a little tiny dose as needed. La la. Alright, well, I actually did organize a little bit, but there's not much elbow room and you're trying to organize. The organization disorganizes you. You need places to put things so that you can Well, I do wish. Oh wait, maybe I can see Twitch on this phone. One moment, please. So I have actual art to show, some proof of concept stuff. Okay, la 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 la. Paper white. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I'm logged in, but I can see Twitch. Yay! Oh well, Twitter. And that was thoughtstorms that said it. Okay, good. Goody gumdrops. It actually might be a little less annoying than YouTube on my phone, because now YouTube, I don't know, I'm trying to watch a live stream and it keeps showing me, hey, here's a video you can watch, just like right over the actual screen. Anybody seen these things yet? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar limited edition Oreos. They make Oreos with Coca-Cola flavor and Coca-Cola with some Oreo flavor, and the cookies are pretty damn good. Of course, they're sugary, but they put a special surprise in that is, I consider, very pleasant, and I don't want to spoil it. So try them if you can get them. I'm out of cookies, and that's a good thing, because I was sort of just washing my hands of my blood sugar situation. My blood sugar sex magic. I've adjusted the microphone down again. Hopefully I'm not blasting anybody's ears. Okay, or wasn't. Look, another, oh. Well, here. Look. Boy, this is hard to navigate. There we go. Yeah, I always have all kinds of pentagonal dodecahedron stuff around. This is and not enough hands to show it off. And I've got cameras other than just the bloody, what do you call them? See, this one comes apart. That's made out of glass. I think I may have paid $3 for that at a thrift store. That's a pricey item right there. Well, once again, building toy. Boy, my video is turned way down. I'll go ahead and fix that real quick. Please be patient. Okay, nobody's chatting but me. That's fine. I am blasting out, broadcasting to the universe and to negative space itself. Oh. Alright, configure video. I don't know for sure what this is going to do. Oop, much darker. Low light compensation. Apply. Well, that helped. Brightness, contrast. Yeah, it's a lot different since there's not daylight coming in. It's grainy. And this is a slamming laptop. That mic should be the best mic I've gotten in here. Get on my nerves. When the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. When the world is running down. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with some of my other technology. It's frozen. I gotta fix it. What is that? Wear cam? I think it is. It is. Deactivate? Activate. Oh, Lord, I am afflicted by a bald patch. Hope that wasn't terribly loud. I was close to the mic. Look, one of the mini cameras. I call it therefore camera because I decided to mark it three dots. The therefore symbol in symbolic logic. I love logic. I love symbolic logic. Was damn near my favorite. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was a theater nerd, but I didn't stay a theater major because there are less than 7,000 hours in a given, day. Yeah, they expected you to do a heck of a lot. Wireless charging paused. Oh, okay. I'm going to turn that off. Alright. At some point I will... Yeah, I've only got 50% on my phone, but that should be alright. So, hey, you can see my phone. Look. Look. This is me watching me. Watching me, watching you. There ain't nothing we can watch. Not watching Keith, watching Stu. I don't go by Stu. Stuart is a fiction I do not recognize. I don't recognize. I was watching... I remember his exact channel name. Audu Cookie, I think. He watches like feature-length movies, and people in chat, myself included, make funny comments because he, generally speaking, gets bad ones, get bad shows. I need to figure out which ones I can get away with. Macro Giant. Oh, that's this thing. I just saw that embossed in there is Macro Giant. There's the $4 price tag I paid however long ago. Made in Taiwan, and there's a 1 there. I don't know if you can see the 1. Anyway, I believe these are basically dry erase. So you can put stuff on here and be good for improv games. And extremely good for me because I love the pentagons, especially when there's 12 stuck together in a ball. I also found, I don't know where it, oh, it's probably under my bed. Youth soccer ball, optic yellow, and I wish it didn't have the corporate logo of Nike, the swoosh. I could have done without that, but anyway, I'm hopeful that, well, I can't do much to change the camera view yet. Working on that. Working on lots of stuff. Okay, how about I do a little show and tell of what I did today that made me start my stream late. Okay. I know, I'm all over the place. Boy, I don't want to lose that. Hey chat, I'm putting my projector remote. It's got a magnet on it, and I'm sticking it to my Balderdash desk. You can tell me that later. Broadcast you are watching has ended. Well, except it hasn't. You sack of pustule. What happens if I chat? Perhaps nothing. Oh no, actually something did happen. Kids, I have more to learn about technology than there are sand grains on the planet. Anyway, I think, oh, miss. So, very shortly before 8 o'clock Texas time, it's now 8 something because I can't seem to have the time of day. I started right about 8, so about 23 minutes ago, actually 25 minutes ago, I went to wake up the computer with the space bar. Space key. Space bar? I can't remember how the Star Wars Cantina Band goes. Dang it. Can't remember what the Cantina Band sound. The Jizz. That's what it's called. Did you make that up? I'm not going to have my smart speaker play it because somebody from Disney would have me killed within the femtosecond. Okay, that is ridiculous. It would take a lot longer than a femtosecond. Well, dang it. Squirrel. Alright, I'm going to try this story again. About 2 minutes to 8 Texas time, I went to wake up my computer with the space key on the keyboard, and it woke it up, and I guess I hit it one time too many, and start streaming was selected on OBS, and I hadn't put a shirt on yet, because it's Texas, and although it's not summer, it's hot. So, you guys might have seen my, can you see that? Part of it. I call it my, what do I call it? I'm so clever when I quote myself and I can't remember the words. I call it my surgically enhanced clean of the video on demand, but there may still be one on. It's a very limited time and it's sugar free. So little in my life is allowed. Gotta have lactose free, sugar free, taste free, fun free, love free. Alright. Décolletage, another name for the there we go. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I need, or at least I would like, to figure some more of these cameras out. So if you'll give me a moment. But if life were only moments, even though now and then a bad one. But if life were only moments, you would never know you had one. Alright, that's not gonna work. What about you? Not gonna work. What about you? Okay then. This card, I don't care. This card, it doesn't do any damn good anyway. Well, The thoughtstorms live stream is a psychological gambit to nudge me in the direction of being an artist again. If someone knows the answer to who it was that famously said this sentiment that I'm going to butcher, the quote is very close to: the opposite of depression is not happiness, it's play. And so I've already died once. It was only 75 seconds, but I'm counting it. I don't care. And I don't know how much time I've got till I do it again. But I'd like to maybe enjoy some of that time. Maybe, I don't know, contribute. Wow, I said it the kind of British way. I've heard British people say contribute. The Americans, though. So that's true. I'm trying to, and I'm not a stand-up comedian. I don't write material on it. I've been an actor. I've probably spent more time as an actor on stage and a little bit of screen than improv. I don't know. I did a lot of murder mystery dinner theater. Good times, not at all bad pay, and fun people. Let me tell you. I miss it, but they would have to write one for me where I performed from a wheelchair, because I'm just not. That's a younger man's game. Okay, I'm all over the map. So I've got one working camera. Let's show you some of the things that I worked on. If you know me on Facebook, I put a photograph and a short video of me hypersonic? It's not hypersonic. Well, anyway, sonic. It's pretty noisy, so it's probably just sonic cleansing. Sonic cleaning these marbled clay. Let me get some and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, can't move my chair anymore because of you bastards. You're not very good things, and I don't like you. Don't like much. Talk amongst yourselves, because there's nobody here but us chickens. Tidy cat. Philip gave me his bucket of tidy cat. Not just the bucket, but it's good and bad. Oh dear. Oh no, I'd already had the water in it. Okay. Look. You can't really see. I did have a camera on that. That's sort of good. Can't really see anything because the blue Crayola air dry clay is not everything a person might want it to be. Okay, I guess I can do that. I'll put this here so it'll raise it up a bit. That didn't help a lot, but okay. So I use Aves brand. I've been to their website, looked at their videos. Aves, A-V-E-S, 2-part epoxy clay or putty or whatever you want to call it. If you've ever seen JB Weld, tried to fix a radiator or something like that, it's an artist's version of that, I guess. This happens to be their Fix-It variety. I really like the black Fix-It. I really don't like the white Fix-It. Well, I'm going to find a use for it. It's runny like honey. I'm not trying to rhyme. It's runny like honey. You can pour it out of the thing. And that's not what you want from a putty. And the black doesn't do that. And the black don't crack, and that's not true at all in this case. Black cracks like nobody business. Okay. La la. I'll save that one for last. It's kind of my favorite, even though, oh Lord, I don't necessarily want to soak this anymore. Okay, this actually is the first one. It didn't need to soak because I made it. Let me think. I made it in the first decade of this century. And the idea was to take two different kinds of clay, wad them together, and make one of those clays dissolve and, you know, get it out of there, and then you had left behind a rigid clay stuff. Get a little closer to the table. Come on now, work with me. Work with me. By the way, if you're watching this on video on demand, hello. Thanks for watching it on video on demand. I don't know if I've got a friend or a family member who is trying to stoke my ego, I guess, or what, but I'm getting more video on demand views than I could have ever expected to get. How's the light on this? This one was mostly the black Aves Fix-It. I packed it into the crotch, the crux of this building toy. I have got enough of these to make at least 3 dodecahedrons. So I packed it in here. You can, okay. I can kind of see my camera in real time now. I feel like I'm getting better. I may have to stop trying to go live while the sun's out, because I don't like the sun, and so far I feel like things look better, cameras look better. Anyway, and we'll see if anybody turns up. So this was a small quantity of white, water-soluble, water-based clay. Not true porcelain, but I'm going to go ahead and call it porcelain. And one kind of cool thing about it is the porcelain has kind of stained it, but I like that because the black is so black. Listen, when it comes to people, I am not racist. I don't see color. When it comes to objects, I'm sick of everything being black. Let's see if I can find a few black things. Oh, look. I go to the trouble to put a red case on my black phone, but the red case is never facing up. Oh, you'll see a lot of red when it's not black, but I mean, all of these colorful markers, black on the sides. Can you see this cluster of wires? One of them's red. Bunch of black wires. So I use these black-sided but still colorful markers to, for example, I showed you the camera with the Air Force symbol. The other end of that cable, I put 3 dots of yellow on each side so I can tell what it goes to. I'm trying to fight against this. I'm going to figure out a way to paint, to put distinctive colors on my deals, because I mean, look at that. That's a 7 charger. One of them's just a little nub. Doesn't actually have a cord, but I've got 3 dozen more, and this is just one of my computers. Let's speak about that really quickly. I have a lot of computers. I can't part with them. I was going to say none of them work. This laptop that I was given freely by a stranger from the internet, a wonderful man, just volunteered it and sent it, and I didn't even pay him for the shipping, and I can't seem to raise him on Discord to thank him. I've sent him a bunch of messages. Maybe he's read them. Anyway, I've got my... Oh, I have another, basically a loaned computer that I tried to become a streamer with toward. Could never get it to work. I am going to try again to get that working to where I can stream from it in case this bugger goes down, because technology despises me. Okay. I'm all over the map here. Oh, so I have a lot of computers in here, and crawling across here, ko-fi.com/thoughtstorms and Patreon/thoughtstorms. Before the pandemic, I was making the most money I had ever made in my life, by a wide margin. I had the best paying job. It was a terrible job, mostly terrible. It had gotten pretty damn good toward the end, and I definitely wanted to keep going. I had money in savings. That had never happened in my life. Never had money in savings. Pardon me. Hi, everybody. Whew. I'm not really fond of GERD. G-E-R-D. I don't even remember what it stands for. Oh, man. Gastroesophageal regurgitation disease? I've got the R wrong. So yeah, usually I'm in bed, not propped up enough, and that's what when I usually have a little vomit come up instead of a burp. Well, I just had that happen live on stream, and now I'm drinking the pink stuff. Kroger's overall my favorite store. I don't want them getting in cahoots with Albertsons. I don't know if that's already happened. I don't know. So, this helps with that in a lot of ways, but yeah, I'm sitting up in my chair talking to a microphone, and potentially fractions of one human being across the earth, and a little bubble of vomit comes up. So nice. So nice I did it twice. Alright, let's dry it off a little. Light's a bit hot, maybe. Let's try. That might be a little better. At least with the black. Like I said, people of all colors love it. Love it. IDIC from Star Trek. Infinite diversity in infinite diversity. Okay, my Star Trek nerdiness has failed me, so never mind. Gonna pull some more stuff out of my kitty litter box. Gritty Kitty is the best. Gritty Kitty is smooth as silk. It stays crunchy, even in milk. Here's one. This one turned out rather well. I don't think it needed the infrasonic. Infrasonic? I don't think it's infrasonic. Infrasonic. So, is that going to focus? Now, I didn't painstakingly sculpt this. What I did was I mixed up some white, not Abe's brand, sorry, but the other, small tongue, where's the box? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's a two-part epoxy sculpt, and mixed in with it was what I'm calling porcelain. Poor man's porcelain. Interesting. Kind of getting both cameras at the same time, which not that bad an idea for a show and tell. You can see my ridiculous desk. Oh. The blue won't stick around, I hope. Anyway, so where there is air between these bits of white, that's what artists and I think maybe scientists, artists anyway, called negative space. I know printmakers and even typesetters call it negative space. Anyway, the negative space in there is where the porcelain was. And I soaked it long enough, and I got after it with dental pick and toothbrushes. Anybody who knows me well can appreciate the irony of that. And I'll get you, irony police. It's ironic, trust me. Maybe not everything in that song was legitimately ironic, but most of them were situationally ironic. And that does not scan. Isn't it situationally ironic? Don't you think? A little too situationally ironic. In a good mood today. I just regurgitated on camera, and yet I'm still in a pretty decent mood. Okay. I spent a little time outdoors. I was in the shade. It was a bit hot. My friend Philip was helping hook me up. Okay, so which light is so Ah, that may be the one that needs redirecting. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. That's not enough to work on artwork, but I'm showing it right now. So yeah, this one I made a long time ago. Well, I mean, it was one of the first ones I made, but this one I really blended the black epoxy sculpt with the porcelain, and it really became gray, and it was just a sphere that had kind of a cool texture to it. Not quite the MST3K planet logo, but similar to it. I can't figure out how to turn it. That is so complicated. And I finally pointed it at the camera. Watching over here in the monitor and figuring out how to turn it. Unreal. Okay. I think there's some actual blue in there. Some of the things that I vibrated in the cleaner included the blue Crayola air dry clay, and so that kind of went a little bit of everywhere. Alrighty, here's another one. This one is not a tetrahedron like I made most of the test pieces. And it shouldn't have any blue in it, but the blue was getting out into the water and getting into the crevices there, so I'm going to have to clean it some more, which is kind of ironic. Don't you think? I know, you don't think. Anyway, I think this one looks like a British cheese. I haven't Googled it, but isn't there a cheese that looks kind of like this? Stilton, maybe? I know Stilton's mentioned in some Britcoms that I like. Yes, Chef, and the Stilton's awfully good. In the I am the Grim Reaper. See? Hey, that's one of the things you can do when you come and chat is you can request. You can try to stump me on something from Monty Python. If I can't sing a bit of Monty Python or perform a bit of Monty Python from memory, then you win I will thump the end of my nose. That's what you will win. I can't, budget is tight. Alrighty. Now here's, I didn't quite finish the story on this one. This one was a fairly tight sphere of just gray, and the white didn't dissolve away really. And so I was hoping that Phillips I could use his, what are those called? Bandsaws, to cut into it and then vibrate. Well, it occurred to me I can just throw it on the concrete, which I did, and it broke. This one didn't turn out so great. Scientific experimentation and artistic experimentation, and probably sexual? Sorry, I just thought of a third example of experimentation. Anyway, scientific and artistic experimentation don't always pan out like you want them to. In fact, they're not supposed to. It's supposed to be the exception rather than the rule. One of the things I love about science is they admit when they don't know something. You'll ask them something and they'll say, I don't know. I know some related things and I could hypothesize and it's possible that this has a factor, but I'm not swearing to any of that. Until I test it, until it's peer reviewed, my answer is I don't know. So this one, I didn't try to break open because I really kind of like it on the outside. I don't think you're getting a good view of it. I was holding it too close. That's a little better. It's like focused. Okay, maybe I can. There's some deep crevasses, and that was a pain. All of these, except the largest, which I'm saving for last, I worked on with dental tools. Okay, this one is messy as hell. Yeah, because that blue stuff is just, since it's been soaking, it's this close to just slime, sludge, and the blue's a little hard to wash off, especially for a Crayola product. But this white is the long-lasting fix-it stuff. I'm going to try to just call it epoxy sculpt. It's a 2-part epoxy. Okay, I don't want to just put this where it's going to stain stuff. And I don't think I have. What is in here? Unimportant stuff is in here. Good. I'm going to move it aside and put that into the bag. I don't know how well you can see. It's so hard to aim. Anyway. Ooh, but hey. Y'all can remind me, y'all, you all, I live in Texas way too long. I finally succumbed. You all can remind me when you decide to exist. That is to say, come into chat. That I keep some hand sanitizer. And hand sanitizer, I'm telling you people, I don't know what situations it can't clean up really well. But most stuff, and I mean it'll clean your phone like nobody business. The fact that it's a little bit of a gel, so it doesn't just run and doesn't evaporate instantly. And there's a surfactant and a detergent, I think, and a little bit, tiny bit of fragrance. I gotta stay away from fragrances. I'm very, very hypersensitive in all of the modalities. Smell being one of the worst. Okay, I think that, now that it's dry-ish. Oh yeah, it's dry. But yeah, I gotta clean the blue off. It's a little bit ironic. Anybody got a pressure washer in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? I know that someone does, but anybody know anybody in this area with a pressure washer? I know there are car washes. At the car wash, y'all. I wish I had more of this kind of non-woven cloth. That last place I was watching a stream, there was a username, non-woven cloth, I think. Cool name. Here's just about all of the rest of the one I threw against the pavement and broke. Try to contain the mess without any success. I'll let that dry a minute. It's easier to see details when it's dry. I have a lot of these. This is... I have some actual art things I want to try doing on the stream tonight. I may go pretty long tonight. That's what that was. Hi, everybody. Don't look at my bald patch. I know I'm not a hitting bald, but I also know I have cradle cap. It's hard for me to do anything about it. I've had it apparently since very young childhood. Let's let that one dry off a bit. Even now and then a bad one. Okay. Oh, probably didn't finish that thought. Yeah, challenge me to quote a Monty Python thing or answer a Monty Python trivia. There was a show on television for a while called Beat the Geeks. I think it was Comedy Central. They didn't have, when they started, they didn't have a Monty Python geek. I was like, they need to have a Monty Python geek, and it needs to be me. They finally got a Monty Python geek, and playing at home, I beat the guy. That is one of my absolute autistic speciality fascinations. Okay, get out of here now. Oof. Ow. Put a bucket on my foot. I put a bucket on my foot. What rhymes with foot? Foot. That's about it. Yeah, this one's not amazing. Here's one that's had a little time to dry. Well, a little. Another sphere. Some quite deep ravines. I think macro photography of this could be really cool. And I actually kind of like the white staining the cracks. If you ever watch Adam Savage, especially, tested, but I mean, people that do these Warhammer miniatures or what have you, they will weather the paint job with a dark wash that gets into the cracks. But with this black substance, I like the fact that it's ashy. It needs lotion badly. The tiny moon needs lotion badly. Okay. I think that's all except for the big one, and I need to get it out. Ooh. Yuck. I just found a real deposit of the nasty blue. Oh, well. It's not really blue stuff. by the way, it doesn't have to be Monty Python, but that's a specialist thing. I doubt there's many people you know that know the full name of Johann Gambelputti, de von Auschwitz, Flinden, Slitte, Krass, Kremlin, Fried, Digger, Dinkle, Dangle, Dongle, Dungle, Burstein, von Nacker, Thrasher, Applebanger, Horowitz, Ticklin, Sick, Grunder, Naughty, Spell, Tinkle, Grandlish, Grumblemeyer. It's not right. Grumblemeyer. Spelterwasser, Kirchlich, Himberleisen, Bahnwagen, Guten Abend bitte ein Nürnberger, Bratwurstel, Göspertnitz, Wanacker, Lüber, Hunswood, Couchfleisch mit der Aufger von Hofkoft of Ulm. I'm gonna have to work on that. That's embarrassing. I did that on the World Wide Web. Because if there's a shibboleth to Monty Python fandom, and it's not that, then it's spam, spam. Long before live streams were even, I mean, they were barely an occasional thing. Terry Gilliam, no, wrong answer. Eric Idle was touring with a book, I guess. I don't know if it was a book or with Spamalot. But it was a moderated chat, and so, you know, there were hundreds of people in chat, and so the moderators would only show certain comments or questions, and they were just showing him my question when my internet went kerthump for like 4 hours and back. I don't know if there was a place I could have gone back and found it and watched it later, like a video on demand. I don't think that was a thing. If it was, I didn't know how to do it. So he probably answered my question. Eric Idle, him own self, writer of, well, he might not have written Every Sperm is Sacred. Anyway, always look on the bright side of life. Anyway, he answered my question, and I didn't get to see the answer. So I would love to have a chance to ask him. My question is, on the Viking spam song, which is very well known, it's a little bit like, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Pretty much everybody knows it. Spam, wonderful spam, lovely spam. My question was, were you just getting away with a word that's legit to say on television, but probably not to say over and over and also over and write a song about? Were you being naughty and saying the word sperm? Because that's the same as you pronounce that the same as you pronounce spam. But I'll never know. I'll never know. I hope that's not true. Python's been dropping like Kennedy's. Okay. Only lost 2 of them, but still. I probably should retire that dropping like Kennedy's joke. I came up with it in the late 1970s. I don't know if it was in poor taste then, or if we just didn't worry about things being poor taste. Oh, I'm going to share. That reminds me to share some wisdom. One of my biggest mantras. I'll quit talking about where I got it. It's just, it's spitting truth. Try hard not to offend. Try even harder not to be offended. I have... Okay, there's got to be some more light. This one, it's got blue on it, doesn't it? It's hard for me to tell what blue is in the camera and what blue is really there. There's just such cool texture. This is still wet. So what this is black Aves Fix-It and white Aves Fix-It. And I'll tell you a little bit about that white Aves Fix-It. And the porcelain. And I can see right here where the vibrating cleaner removed some of that water-based clay. Now I mentioned that the Fix-It, the white form of the Fix-It that I own, the black is great, and I'm going to be making something with it shortly. So you'll see how it goes. You just take a part and a B part, and put them together, and keep putting them together till the color becomes consistent. Oh, so this is the black Aves, the white Aves, and the porcelain. Why am I putting porcelain into kind of a very rough stirred alloy of clays and then dissolving it away? Because the answer to the question, for me, the answer to the question, what is your favorite color? Negative space. And this is basically negative marble. And this one will have black and will have white and will have clearness. Oh, not clearness, air. Nitrogen mostly. There's a kind of stuff I don't have yet. I'm gonna try to get my hands on it, probably with birthday money. It's not really a long time till my birthday. Probably with my birthday money, I'm going to buy some UV resin putty or clay. Kind of looks, I don't know, like either silly putty or oh, and silly putty is another one I'm going to try for the easy to get out clay. I don't know what dissolves actual silly putty, but with this idea, in addition to having the truly keep wanting to say ablative, the water soluble clay and the water impervious clay, there will also be or not to be some entirety, there will also be this stuff that with a UV light or sunlight turns into basically clear glass. And you could put glitter or something in it. I don't like glitter. I have somewhere. I've got a large quantity of mica powder. But I really like the way just plain uncolored glass looks. I showed this last stream. I'm very, very proud of it. Oh yes, it must have cost you 20 cents at a gas station. No, it probably cost a bit of a fortune because I made this sucker. I'm going to leave the pens in. Pencils and working stuff. You see the punty on there? I'm not making a bad word. Punty's an actual word. Punty! Yeah, I made that. That was the single biggest and best drinking tumbler I ever was able to make. I'm going to briefly go over some things that I'm bad at, but I'm going to counter each one with something I'm good at. When I studied ceramics, I'm going to briefly change back to here. When I studied ceramics, especially a class where you throw pots and teapots and cups and saucers and things, plates, I was no good at it. I did not have a hand for it. It's something you got to work a long time at. Although I've seen people sit down and just instantly, okay, yeah. And that happened in the glass shop too. I don't wish the man ill, but he was a he was an architecture major, and he just needed an art elective. So he took glass blowing, sat down, and was Mozart. He was damn near as good as the teacher, and I was the total opposite, not even Salieri to his Mozart. And he didn't even care. I was like, dude, if I had half your talent, this is what I would do rest of my life. Please forgive me a moment. Trying to remember what I ate earlier today. Not something that usually gives me trouble. So I couldn't throw bowls and plates and things. Not well at all. I mean, I could do it. I could make them, but they look bad. You know. What I'm saying is there are a lot of people younger than me, taking the class, same age, whatever, who just took to it. But my teacher didn't mind so much because I was already a sculptor. I loved making things out of clay long before that. And what I figured out in that class was I really liked making miniatures, like dollhouse size and maybe and sometimes larger than dollhouse size, maybe action figure scale. I would make pitchers and teapots, and I didn't make plates and saucers really. I made some cups. Those were a little bit difficult because I didn't make very many cups. But I made a bunch of pitchers because the handle on a miniature pitcher is not so diminutive that it's very difficult. And people would come by and see them, and they're like, that's so cool. That must take 6-7 times as long. It must be 8 times as hard as making full-size stuff. And for one time in my life, I took the compliment and said, yeah, it is. It's backbreaking. I'd be happy to sell you some. And, you know, they're small. They're only $2, and that you seem to like them, and they're $2 each, and those things start at $5 out there that these talented people have made. Anyway, that was funny to me because it's stupid how easy it is. It is so stupid how easy it is. If you've ever watched like the movie Ghost or the Community episode that references the movie Ghost. You gotta wedge the clay just so, which you still have to do for this, or miniatures, but you gotta throw it onto the middle of the bat, the spinning thing. That's funny. That looked like a bat, with a map on it. A bat map. I don't know what's happening. Yes, you got to throw it in there, and you got to center it. And one trick you can do is you can use a tool to kind of cut it off as it turns, and then that helps you center it. It leaves only behind what's centered, and then you got to work with it. You got to bring it up, and there's just Whereas to make miniatures, get a great old big blob, throw it on there. You don't have to center. I was going to say you don't have to center anything. All you have to do is center the top small part. So it's like a Snoopy nose, and where his eyes would be. You know what Snoopy looks like? Ask your grandparents. Where his eyes would be can be off center and just because you're just working up here, and it's so easy. And then you just do whatever you do, and you make it small. And I've got fairly big hands, but it was so nice. And then when it comes time to glazing them, for one thing, you go through so little glaze. And I skipped ahead. And you just cut them off with a taut wire, and you've got to work the bottoms. The bottoms are just going to be flat. I generally took to just letting them get at least leather hard or even a little harder, and just took them to the belt sander, yeah. Made a big mess, but cleaned up the bottoms. And then you go and wax the bottoms and dip them in the colorful stuff. Partly I'm looking, I occasionally look to see if anybody's chatted. I've been blathering for an hour and 20 minutes with nobody pitching in. I don't mind. I like that one. I don't know why. That's one of my favorites. It's got a big chunk of circular negative space in there. Okay. So that's my ceramics journey. And then it was interesting that many, many, many years later at a different university, I start trying to learn glass blowing. I was also learning glass fusing, which was pretty much my double mix. Glass fusing, kiln formed glass, was basically my I just said it. My major. Yeah, my major. Ended up calling it a hybrid 3D degree. Didn't end up mattering. I financially flunked out with somewhere between 8 and 4 credit hours left. If you're not in the United States, that's 2, 3, maybe 4 classes that if I could finish them, I would have had my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. I wanted to be an art teacher. I kind of hope I can do some art teaching on stream, but I've got to become an artist again first. I'm getting there. I'm getting back there. Before terribly long, I wanted to show the about 90% complete glass sculpture that I submitted for my, no, that I would have or would have submitted for my bachelor's degree for my last art class. It turned out pretty well, and it's only 90% done. I've got to find somebody that can do the thing where you've got the different kinds of water and chemicals, and you spray it on there, and it ends up looking just like perfect silver. I need to find somebody who can do that, because the fly-by-night place in Dallas vanished with my samples, and I don't think they even ran them. Anyway, blah blah blah. So I wasn't good at making cylinders. That one I showed you, full of pens and tools. That was the best conventional glass blowing thing I ever made. I made some really cool stuff. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, ah. A friend of mine, God, I haven't talked to him in so long, Colin. A friend of mine from that, he and I started at UC Arlington glass program at the same time. He stuck with it and is a genius. And he gave me a little quickie class for making a fine art marble with a torch and sticks of glass. And he showed me how to do it. And he said, "What kind of colors you want?" And I said, "I want lots of blue, a little green, and enough white that it looks kind of like an abstract Earth seen from space." Whoops. My very first lesson, my very first marble, and I mean, oops, that's hardly a masterpiece, but boy, I mean, it is a bachelor piece. My first try, I made a beautiful little Earth, and I've managed to keep up with it. That's amazing. Lord, how many times have I moved since then? I think my friend was just like a little bit, I think he was a little bit like I felt when the disinterested architecture major sat down and was Mozart. It's like, damn, I don't guess I have anything else to teach you making marbles. And then I tried making a few more, tried different color combinations and the same color combinations. I think I only tried making like 3 more, and none of them turned out. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop at Citizen Kane on this one chunk, and I still have the sumbitch. Amazing. So I wasn't good at the conventional glass blowing, but my teacher liked the sculptures I was making in the hot shop. I never did cast glass. I would have liked to. I still would like to. Bucket list. I use bucket list a lot. I'm not going to do any of my bucket list things. You know, bucket list destination, Prague. I'll never go to Prague in person. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. Hopefully I will be able to do it with a cool virtual reality kind of rig at some point. But the bucket list thing I was talking about there was I would love Corning, New York, the I was trying to get the actual name of it right. The school at the Corning Museum of Glass. I think that's the right name. In Corning, New York. I'd like to just visit. I'd love to fly on the wall. Love to watch people lamp work, kiln form, hot shot. More pink. I'm lucky I like the taste of this, and I'm even luckier, lucky to really like the flavor of the cheap Kroger brand. It's better than the name brand, and I know of which I speak. At the same time, I would take a sponsorship from Pepto-Bismol, or Kroger for that matter. Ooh. Yeah. I kind of did a Adam Savage mannerism or two there. I became aware of it, and it distracted me. But I haven't watched a lot of his stuff lately. Let's see here. Did I ever give a very good view? Oops. Wish I had a good macro lens. Well, and I do. If anybody knows how to help me with this, please do. This has got a 20x optical zoom. And it's got a micro USB data cable, charge and data cable. So I should be able to use this as a webcam on my streaming. And I'm also trying to make just YouTube videos. So I should be able to do that, but I can't. Everything I've tried has not worked. So if anybody knows how to make that work, please help me. Forgive me. All right, I've done a lot of talk. How about let's do a little bit of do? What time is it? I mean, I guess it's 9:30 or so. All right, where are my new gloves? My little glovey. These are the ones I haven't inverted yet. Oh, they're, where are they? Oh, they're in the bag. One moment, please. Oh, here I go. Well, I just broke a piece of popcorn. Crazy. Yet another kind of clay. What they call foam clay. White magic. Foam clay. Where's my big bucket of that? I don't know. Right. Anyway, just having fun making different scale replicas of a food stuff that you'll be very familiar with if you're a frequenter of movie theaters. Because they make it smell so good. Oh my God, they make it smell good. It makes me mad. This one needs some work. I've got a movie via the bucket. Yes. A little bit of a one. This one's barely big enough to be big. Putting it in your mouth would be a little difficult. Anyway, I have a Patreon, as you may, you see crawling across the screen. Patreon supporters will most likely receive, if they wish, a popcorn kernel. This is just the Black Aves Fix-It. Also going to call it, oh, don't do it. That's, I don't know if you saw a pulse there, if it's just my monitor. 2-part epoxy sculpt. Okay, it is black on the Pentagon cam in front of my black t-shirt. That's partly my bad. I've had some eye trouble. I got my cataracts out, and most of my eye trouble has reversed. Most of it. I'm basically face blind with my right eye. I'm looking at my own face with just my right eye. I look more like, who do I look like? Oh wow, I look like somebody. It's a funhouse mirror. It's a very I'm trying to say mild, not so drastic funhouse mirror with this eye. This eye, everybody looks like they already looked on a huge screen, like a movie theater screen. This one you can't really, I don't know. Seems like I'm finding that I look at between these eyes and at the bridge of the nose. That's kind of the phobia spot. Phobia with a V as in Victor. Or a, and as a result, people's heads are kind of caved in. Kind of crescent moon shaped. That one's not got enough extra bits on it. There's another somewhat small. A lot of them are like this. There's 4 additional pieces. I've got more than that, but I'm gonna put them back in the thing. Yeah, this is an air drying clay. Oh, it's lovely to work with, and you can add a little water to it, and it will stop drying, stop going stiff or whatever. Also, if I want to stick something on here, say, I wanted to stick this whole thing on there, I just get it wet and get some more of the clay, and boop. So this stuff is cool. This is called foam clay. I learned of it from, what do you call, cosplay. What did I just do? Oh, I changed the scene without meaning to. I'm using my laptop Surface. It's not a Surface laptop. To display things, and I brushed the glide pad. Kind of like to disable that glide pad. Let's go back to hand cams. All right. Still need to find the longer lasting latex gloves. They're right there. I don't need to find it. Oh. Don't need them yet. Dang it. Oh, here we go. La la. I mean, is that just not a pleasing shape? And the D&D dice, which are one of the things that got me into platonic solids, the translucent with a color, I had some that was brown, like my favorite drink, which was root beer, or cola, I guess. More like root beer. Anyway, the way they reflect, the way they catch the light, and the form of their geometry, I could look at them forever. Well, that was unnecessarily Sondheim adjacent. Right. I have some aluminium. No, I don't say aluminium, and I don't spell it aluminium. I spell English words the way they do in England, because that's what the language is named after. Because I'm a citizen of the world, but I don't do aluminium. I'm trying not to be a completely pompous ass, and I'm not succeeding. I'm sure they could easily find a bunch of people who consider me pompous in the extreme. So I'm putting some protective foil onto the made in Taiwan pentagonal dodecahedron. There's another kind of dodecahedron, and it's cool too, but it's not a regular polyhedron. It's not a platonic solid. It's a getting busy in the bedroom solid. It's really not. People tend to use the word platonic wrong. Of course, we tend to use most words wrong. Literally. Air dry clay. How dare you cry for me, Argentina? Wonder why my phone is saying that the broadcast I was watching has ended. Reconnection successful. Yep, this is going south on me. I'm going to go ahead and call two that's got the lyrics I don't know. I don't know. Don't know much about the French I took, which is a very true statement. Yeah, I'm going to call it a bit of a day. There. See? That's me. Tinfoil hat and glasses. Yeah, I don't know if this thing worked or not, and I think it's been kind of a good stream, so I really hope that the VOD worked. But gotta end quickly.